everyone. We are reviewing my last night's first game. This is part 1, and you're just going to see the gameplay that I had. It was quite hectic by the end, but the start of it wasn't the best, I have to admit. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Here we go. So at first I have a really hard time deciding where I should land. I thought, you know what, screw it, let's just land in Tilted. So yeah, I waited for my time to drop, and we're off to Tilted. Now, when I watched this in the replays, I saw many things that I still didn't know about what I just played, and you'll see that in a few minutes. We've still got a good 20 minutes to go. So for the past few games I've landed in Tilted, I never could make up my mind. I was always too late for every spot I was going to land. Hence why I landed here. Because John Wick took the blue shotgun. He was there before me, and I do not want to hassle with that guy, especially because he has a shotgun and I have nothing. You might be curious why I placed the tactical shotgun in the third slot. It is because I have my own order in which I put my weapons, and the third slot is usually is the tactical shotgun. If that's the case, that I have one. If I don't, I just replace it with a tactical SMG, another pump shotgun, or you name it. The first slot is always for the assault rifle, or anything mid-range, right? The second slot is always pump shotgun. The fourth slot is usually long-range weapons, such as the hunting rifle, the sniper rifle. If it's the case that I don't have a long-range weapon, it's usually because I have an explosive in that very slot, for example, like grenade launcher, or more likely a rocket launcher. And finally, the fifth spot is always consumables and throwables. More often, it is consumables, such as the bandages or shield, whatever. Okay, now you can see the proper order I've set my weapons in. And I'm ready to go. There were still no people around me that I could see, so I thought I might as well collect some resources. I was having second thoughts about that one, whether I should take the tree down or not. I just love destroying furniture. I mean, they're a good way to get wood, especially if you're indoors and you can't find any trees, or you don't want to risk going outside and grab a tree. So here is the point where I first see an enemy all soon. I'll just go down. I thought I could have grabbed that branch over there with my axe. I don't know why I even did that. That was absolutely pointless. I could have just waited up top, but now it is when I encounter my first enemy. I was just checking what's in the back of the truck. Because I see the guy in the noob skin over there. And unfortunately, I did not manage to kill him. So try to make my way around and hopefully kill him. But he was long gone, and he was already in the house. So decided to come back up on top of the hill and try and build towards the roof of the house. Trying and get a better position on this guy. Here was a misclick yet again. At this point, I knew he was right below me, and I was hoping that he would stand right below my obstruction, so that way I could edit it and hopefully shotgun him to the face. But he was smart enough not to do that. So here it happens. He kills the noob skin guy, and I just decided to go for this guy instead, because I don't want to let him take anything. Or now when I rewatched the replays, it was quite strange actually, where the bullet traveled, but I still managed to get him regardless. I just picked up the essentials, the ammo, and bandages. I didn't need anything else, mainly because I already have everything set. So I see a shield potion over there, and I try and get it. I mean, I do get it. I was certain that no one was around, so I just went for the risk and drank the potion. Now at this point it's top 30 people, and it's quite empty in this place. So I'm just trying to run around and find someone to fight with, but it's not until a few more minutes before that happens, because there's one guy camping in the main building, in the gray one, with the open roof. Many people on there. It has 4 air cooling systems on top. That's where one guy was camping for the entire time after a top 30 hit. So just the regular instinct, just take the high rarity of the gun. It's not a big issue, I'd say. And you may have seen on the right hand side a gray vending machine. That's quite useless in my opinion. In everyone's opinion, rather. And as always, the houses you know that are looted, you must check for traps, which is why I didn't go through the doorway. I heard a chest earlier in there, so I decided just to go there, see what it has to offer. And at this point, I didn't have any spots left for the mini shield potions, and just decided to leave him. So now I'm just waiting for any people coming from east in hope of intercepting them and not letting them pass till the towers, just so I can get more kills, right? But that was really something I didn't expect, that no one actually came that way, because people were already inside the circle. Basically, they were in west. They were already facing west, or almost at the location. So I'm just desperately waiting and just sitting in this very building for quite some time before the circle comes, or the storm comes, sorry. And at this point, I started getting bored, so I soon enough decided that it was time to go. And right now, in front of me, that building, he started shooting at me. And he was I think it was in the middle floor, or right underneath the rooftop. And he was there for the entire time until the storm got really close to killing him. Of course, the storm didn't touch him because he got inside the circle in time. But yeah, he was in this building for another whole minute or so. So I built a small fort and basically camped in this place for the entire duration of the storm, until, of course, it got close enough until I had to move. So I'll tell you when he leaves. He was already going downstairs at this point, and once the storm hit the river, that is when he initially left the building and already got to the clock tower and inside of the circle. And he survived in the top 3, I'm sure. And I gotta give him that one. That was pretty good. Honestly, felt quite lucky that place wasn't, that the ammo box wasn't open, pardon me. Because people tend to usually leave it out. So now it's getting really close. Just trying to rush for this safety right now and run away from the storm. And I think I actually make it just by an inch. Yeah, there we go. So I decided to just build it right away, and he was already confused. He didn't know what he was doing. As soon as you see someone like this not building, it's over for them. You know you got the advantage, right? Just the height advantage is the most crucial part of this game. You can't survive without building. Alright. See, if I hadn't built and just went for the kill with the shotgun, I would not have survived there. So start going around, try to see if there's anyone left on the outskirts. And luckily, in that fort, actually just right in the base of it, there he is. We had quite an intense fight here, so just decided to keep building because he couldn't hit me. So here I was quite unlucky to fall down. I didn't expect the cliff to end right there. So that caught me a bit off guard, and right here is where I had lots of trouble. And I don't know how I managed to kill him there. It was really lucky. It was just a situation, I guess. So as you can see, the RPG, I will replace that for my hunting rifle, and I'll take the, what is that, the blue, yeah, the blue tactical. I slowly start having second thoughts on carrying the medkit, so I take bandages because they're a bit more, they're a bit faster to deploy and use them than the medkit, and like both have their own ups and downs. So here I should have built a lot higher than this. This was just pathetic, but I just really had to get inside the circle quick, and it was a fairly wasted launch pad. It nevertheless, it was worth it in one sense. So here I decided to build a 2x2 instead of a 1x1, just to change things up a little bit. And you'll see that there's one guy by the tree southeast. He's just doing nothing, and I'm just looking outside of the circle if anyone's coming, and I notice him over there by the tree. He seems 140, 139, and he's not doing anything, so he just started running. I saw that he was a noob. He didn't know a thing what was happening. He's just like a headless chicken. And right over to southwest approximately, there were two guys fighting, and they kept going at it for the entire duration of the match. I'm pretty sure. And by the end, you'll see how it plays out. So now I start hearing RPGs, and I wasn't sure which one to fire at, so just decided to fire at the base of the building, trying to collapse it. Started running outside at this point. I didn't know what to do with my traps. Just look in the inventory. I have 11 traps, and I knew this circle was not gonna end on my fort. I was quite happy it turned out this way because my playstyle is more move and look for kills rather than just camp the entire map, or sorry, for the entire round, and let the kills come to you, which is just it's not the way it goes. If you want to kill, you gotta earn it. That's a rule in my book. So yeah, I basically finished the entire round with, I think, the full 50 shield HP. I didn't have any less or any more than that. So I decided I will go around, but then on the other hand, I saw the storm and that didn't really have time. I had to go all the way down to the road in order to go around this vast hill. So at this point, I was fairly sure that someone was in the houses, or in either of the houses, because certain people tend to stick on the outside of the circle deliberately. I do that. I run around just around the edges, so I can circle the map that we have right now, and try hopefully flank some players who have no idea what's going on behind them. So we're about 19 minutes and 50 seconds through right now. 45. And we're nearing to end that, as you guys can see. The person that was on top of the structure that I destroyed earlier, he is going to build a porta fort really soon. And I saw the chests in the houses and all the loot, so at that point I knew that there was no one in the house or in either of the houses, so just decided to run around right at the edges of the mountain. And you'll see why this turned out to be a really good idea, instead of just going straight to the other side of the map. And you already may see why. He had no clue. Absolutely no clue. And this is why I love the burst assault rifle. It's much more consistent with its accuracy. And even though the assault rifle and the SCAR are much better for general combat, they are fairly inaccurate if you just gotta keep holding down the trigger or firing a bit slower, just below the maximum fire rate. But I took the SCAR anyway because I knew that it was not going to be a long range fight, and it was going to be a mid range to close range fight. So 3 people left. I got 6 kills. I'm one of the 3 people. One guy's in the border fort, and one guy's just maybe 50 meters behind it, just by the edge of the storm in Greasy Grove. And I was really thinking hard whether I should tear down the border fort, but I was just waiting. I said to myself I should just wait until the fight ends between the 2 guys. And I saw that the brick walls are the ones I'm supposed to target. So start going behind the tree. It was perfect. This was the most perfect position I've ever had for the entire duration of the storm until the guy had to move. So I'm just waiting for the fight to end, and he's already firing, thinking that someone came that way or someone's building up there. And he's already trying to destroy many trees and just essentially find either me or the other guy who was the one who camped inside the main building that I got shot at, which caused me, or who caused me to camp at the back of Tilted, on the east side of Tilted. So I'm just using my peripheral vision right now to not get spotted but still see what he's doing. So at this point, yeah, right there, he's already destroying buildings or anything that is obstructing his view. So I try to keep my head cool and just stay behind this tree because he has no idea I'm behind it. And then he started firing really close, and I was getting worried. You saw there, I was considering a building, but it was like, no, he will see me. Just better wait it out. He will have to come to me anyway. So he's got 25 seconds remaining, and he still didn't kill the guy. Although he is soon about to. Okay, he's RPGing the trees right now. There goes the first tree. Now he starts shooting at me. So I decided just to take a few shots. And at that point he already knows that, okay, he killed him, but he knows my location. I have no idea how that rocket missed the building, but it did. And it hit the thing in the storm. And now watch what he does. He has to move out from the storm and falls to his death. And that's how I got the win. He gave me the seventh kill for free, and that was quite funny to me. So yeah, this was part 1, and I hope you enjoyed. It was quite a funny ending, but I was really hoping, I was really confident I would kill him. But yeah, thanks for watching.